Let's all go our separate ways. My name is Leonard Snart. I know who you are. Always pleased to meet a fan.
In the DC universe, there is a supervillain and sometimes superhero called Captain Cold, real name Leonard Snart, and this is his origin. Now, before I go any further, I must say there are many different versions of this character, and that this origin of the character is based exclusively on the version featured in the DC TV show The Flash and the related TV show DC Legends of Tomorrow. Captain Cold is different to most of the Flash's enemies in that he is not a metahuman and has no superpowers. And considering that the Flash goes up against people with godlike power and sometimes loses, it's pretty impressive that Captain Cold usually manages to come out ahead. He first met the Flash while attempting to rob an armoured truck with a team of criminals that he was in charge of. They were trying to steal the Kahndaq diamond, and I'd just like to say that Kahndaq is the name of the country that the anti-hero Black Adam is from, and that I really hope he features in the Flash TV series because he is one of my favourite characters.
I have returned.
But anyway, one of the reasons Captain Cold is such a formidable villain is that he has a high intellect and that he meticulously plans out every detail of a job.
Right across from the Central City precinct. I still go there. I listen to their radios. I learn their response times. There are 40 banks in Central City, each of them within 60 seconds of police response. That's the advantage of hitting a moving target. Once the armored car called 911, we had 182 seconds before any cop could be on the scene. No one could have gotten there fast enough to stop us.
And this job was no different. Cold had accounted for every detail, except for the Flash, who was relatively new to Central City at this point, so much so that he was still referred to as the Streak by Central City citizens.
It's before the Streak was around.
Did you just refer to yourself in the third person?
No, I referred to the Streak, which I'm pretty sure I can top. I've been thinking of a new name. What do you think about the Flash?
Coffee break.
So it's understandable that Cold would not have been able to account for him. The Flash was able to easily defeat Cold and his crew because they were not prepared for him. The only reason that they were able to escape at all was because one of the crew shot a security guard, and the Flash was too busy saving the guard's life to capture the villains. After this incident, his crew wanted to stop stealing in Central City so they could get away from the Flash, but Cold is rather ruthless when it comes to people backing out of his crew.
What the hell do you think the Blur is, Snart? Right. Screw this. Screw you. I'm out.
Well, if you're out, you're out.
Cold realised that he needed to up his game if he was going to compete with the Flash, and so he decided to get specialised weapons to combat the Flash's super speed, and he came across the Cold Gun.
Who else knows you took this?
Just us.
No. Just me. Sorry, pal.
The Cold Gun was invented by Cisco, who is on the Flash's team, but he made the gun in order to stop the Flash should he ever turn evil.
Because speed and cold are opposites. Temperature is measured by how quickly the atoms of something are oscillating. The faster they are, the hotter it is. And when things are cold, they're slower on the atomic level. When there's no movement at all, it's called absolute zero. Yeah. I designed a compact cryo engine to achieve absolute zero. I built it to stop you.
This was before he really knew who the Flash was and Barry Allen and him became friends, and so he wasn't sure whether they could trust him, and he wanted to have a safety net, which is understandable. Captain Cold used this gun to make himself a supervillain, though unlike a lot of villains who want to rule the world or kill the good guys, Captain Cold is only interested in making money. He is a career criminal and rarely goes in for revenge, or any job that doesn't pay. Unfortunately, the rest of Cold's crew weren't interested in going up against the Flash, and so they quit his team.
Unless you want out.
We both want out. Alive.
So you thought I hadn't made a plan. At least I taught you something. So what are you waiting for? Shoot me. You better put a bullet in my brain right now, because if you don't, if I ever see either one of you again...
Cold wasn't deterred by being alone and made a brief study of the Flash and realised what his weakness was. The Flash cares about people.
I've seen your weakness. At the armored car, then at the theater. See, while you're busy saving everybody, I'll be saving myself.
The Flash would rather save people's lives than defeat Captain Cold, and so Cold endangers innocent civilians so that the Flash has to save them and then has no time to defeat Captain Cold. It is because of this ruthlessness that Cold almost kills the Flash.
Pretty fast, kid, but not fast enough.
Even after Cold defeats the Flash, he realises that if he wants to continue being a criminal in Central City, he will need backup, and so he recruits his old childhood friend, Mick, also known as Heatwave, to go up against the Flash.
I want to keep working in Central City. I'm going to need a new kind of crew. I'm going to need someone like you. You're tolerant of extremes, you have certain skills. You just need some direction. And I can give that to you. You still like playing with fire? You're gonna love this.
He later recruits his sister, but Heatwave and Captain Cold are generally referred to as the pair, and the sister is kind of an extra who's not regularly used. Now, you may think that having super weapons is impressive, but even if you have them, it's kind of hard to stop a man who can move faster than the speed of sound without breaking a sweat. And you'd be right, these weapons are not enough to defeat the Flash, and Captain Cold realised this. And so he found out the Flash's secret identity, and told the Flash that if anything happened to him, he would tell the world that the Flash is Barry Allen, and so the two reached an uneasy truce.
You've seen what I can do. You know that I can stop you. You want to keep pushing your luck? Go for it. But from here on out, no one else dies. If you're as good as you say you are, you don't have to kill anyone to get what you want.
That's true.
And because of this, the Flash would leave Cold alone so long as he didn't kill people, and in turn, Captain Cold wouldn't tell anyone the Flash's real identity.
I guess your secret's safe, Flash. For now.
And that is Captain Cold's origin. This character is probably the best villain in the series in my opinion, which is also most likely why he left the series, or at least pretty much left the series, to be in the other DC series Legends of Tomorrow, because he was a fan favourite. But what do you think of Captain Cold? Do you like his character? And would you like to see him return to the Flash TV series? Be sure to let us know in the comments, and as always, thanks for watching, and feel free to subscribe, share, like, and comment.
Greetings, citizens of Central City. I am Leonard Snart, but you can call me Cold.